Hey, I'm Peter, and welcome back to Books for Thoughts, where we take world-changing books and break them down into focused insights to help you think deeper, grow faster, and live more intentionally. Today's book pulls the curtain back on the myths of success. It's Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, a book that doesn't just ask who succeeds, but why they succeed. And it turns out success isn't only about talent or hard work, but timing, opportunity, culture, and community. Let's explore the hidden story behind greatness. We love stories about self-made success, the genius who rose from nothing, the kid who built a billion-dollar empire in their garage, the rags to riches hero who did it all on their own. Gladwell challenges this. He says these stories leave out critical details, things like where you were born, who mentored you, what era you came of age in, and what resources you had access to. The message is not that effort doesn't matter, it's that effort alone isn't enough. Context, culture, and timing shape the path more than we realize. Success, he says, is not a solo act. It's the result of systems and stories, some visible, many invisible. One of the first concepts Gladwell introduces is the Matthew effect. To those who have, more will be given. It's a biblical idea that shows up everywhere in real life. A small advantage early in life, like being slightly older than your peers, can snowball into major advantages later. Take Canadian hockey. Gladwell noticed that most elite players were born in the first few months of the year. Why? Because the cutoff age for youth leagues is January 1st. A kid born in January can be nearly a year older, and at age 8 or 9, that's a huge difference in strength and coordination. Those kids get picked for better teams, get better coaching, and more practice time. They improve faster and keep rising. It's not just about skill, it's about when you enter the game. This is Gladwell's most famous idea, the 10,000-hour rule. He studied top performers in music, sports, and tech, and found that before they became great, they had put in around 10,000 hours of deep focus practice. The Beatles played grueling sets in Hamburg for years before they ever hit it big. Bill Gates had rare access to a computer at age 13, when computers were nearly impossible to find. Talent is important, but without time, access, and the chance to practice, talent can't grow into mastery. 10,000 hours is not a magical number. It's a symbol for deep preparation. Chris Langan has an IQ estimated around 195, higher than Einstein. But he dropped out of college, struggled to find his footing, and lived in relative obscurity. Compare that to Robert Oppenheimer, a physicist with a much lower IQ, but the social skills, confidence, and support network to lead the Manhattan Project. Gladwell's point? Success isn't just about how smart you are, but whether you can access the resources, relationships, and environments that let you apply that intelligence. Raw brilliance without opportunity is like a powerful engine with no road. Culture runs deeper than we think. It affects how we speak, how we solve problems, and how we behave under pressure. Gladwell explores the concept of power distance, how different cultures relate to authority. In Korean Air, a series of crashes occurred in the 1990s, not because of pilot error, but because junior officers were afraid to speak up. Respect for hierarchy was so deeply ingrained that it interfered with communication in the cockpit. When the airline retrained pilots to speak more assertively, the crash rate dropped dramatically. The lesson? Cultural habits, even unconscious ones, can determine life or death outcomes. Gladwell also looks at cultural roots. He explores the culture of honor in the American South, traced back to Scottish and Irish settlers, who herded livestock and lived in lawless regions. In these cultures, reputation is everything. Any insult demands a strong response. That legacy, passed down generations, still shows up today in certain behaviors, like aggression, pride, and how conflict is handled. Culture isn't just about where you are. It's about the emotional patterns and values you've inherited from your past. And those patterns can either support or sabotage your success. Gladwell circles back to this idea. No one succeeds alone. High achievers benefit from supportive families, access to quality education, mentors and role models, communities that value effort, well-timed opportunities. He tells the story of Jewish immigrant families in New York who became garment workers in the 1900s. Their work ethic, cultural values, and business mindset set the stage for their children, many of whom went on to become doctors, lawyers, and scholars. Success isn't just luck, but it isn't just grind either. It's systems plus effort plus timing. Why does this matter? Because if we only focus on individual achievement, we overlook the systemic factors that make success possible. We start believing in natural talent and ignore opportunity gaps. We blame individuals for not rising up without asking whether they ever had a real chance. Gladwell urges us to design better environments, better schools, better coaching, more access to tools and mentors so more people can get their 10,000 hours. True success isn't just about lifting ourselves up, it's about lifting others with us. So, what does Outliers teach us? That success isn't random, it's not magic, and it's rarely just personal. It's a mix of timing, opportunity, effort, and legacy. It's about seeing the hidden advantages and building systems that help more people win. It's a challenge to rethink the way we measure merit and a reminder that behind every outlier is a story worth uncovering. If you found this perspective valuable, consider picking up Outliers and supporting the author, because this book changes the way you see success forever. And if you're enjoying these breakdowns, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Books for Thoughts for more 10-minute wisdom from books that shape your future. Until next time, work hard, open doors for others, and remember, success is never just solo.